Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're diving into a topic that might seem surprising at first glance: digital funerals.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it: dating, therapy, birthdays, even weddings, right?
Mm.
They've all embraced the digital age.
Totally.
So what does this all mean for saying goodbye?
Well, what's really fascinating here is how, traditional in-person funerals are increasingly being supplemented and sometimes actually replaced by digital options.
Replaced, wow.
Yeah, we're seeing this real rise in entrepreneurial offerings. Things like quite sophisticated digital memorials,
Hmm.
AI-generated eulogies even, live-streamed services so people anywhere can join in
Right.
and get this 3D virtual grave visit.
Virtual grave visits, okay.
It sounds futuristic, but it's happening. And it's not just like a niche trend. It's really a response to modern life. Families are spread all over the world now, continents apart.
Sure, makes sense.
And with remote work being so common, people just can't always travel back.
Right. So for you, our listener, the mission for this deep dive really is to pull out the surprising facts and to understand why this quiet, kind of subtle revolution in remembrance is becoming so significant, how it impacts how we connect, how we commemorate. And, here's where it gets really interesting. What maybe started as a slightly, eerie concept, it's quickly evolved.
Oh, absolutely.
It's becoming a deeply human, actually very accessible way to say goodbye.
That's right. The demand is quietly booming.
You mentioned expats who can't travel home for a burial.
Exactly. Or think about younger generations. They often prefer tech-driven ceremonies. More personalized, maybe.
Yeah, I can see that. It opens up participation in ways traditional services, well, often couldn't.
Definitely. And one of the really surprising things from our sources is the shift isn't just about convenience. It's not just logistics.
Right.
It's actually revealing sort of new dimensions of grief and remembrance.
How so?
Well, for instance, digital memorials. They often see more active engagement over time, like continuous engagement.
More than physical graves.
Yeah, sometimes. People can keep adding tributes, memories, photos from anywhere in the world, years later even. So instead of just one single event, the funeral service, it becomes this ongoing, almost living memorial space online.
That's truly fascinating. So it's not just sticking a camera in the back of the church.
No, not at all.
We're talking about pre-recorded video tributes, maybe curated music, family photos.
Right. And AI-enhanced voiceovers that can sound remarkably like the deceased. Heartfelt messages sent in from friends globally.
Okay, and you mentioned AI-generated eulogies earlier.
Yeah.
How do those work? Is it just pulling facts?
It's more sophisticated than that. We're seeing systems that can analyze, say, a loved one's writings, their emails, social media, maybe even voice recordings. And from that, craft these really personalized, heartfelt tributes. They try to capture the essence, the tone of the individual, not just dates and names, something unique. And then you have these memorial websites. They act almost like digital tombstones, complete with guest books, timelines of their life, that sort of thing, and even interactive messages.
Interactive messages. Wait, so not just videos they recorded beforehand?
Exactly. Think about messages they might have pre-scripted, maybe using AI to mimic their voice or conversational style.
So they could offer comfort. Or answer questions years later.
Potentially, yes. Offering wisdom, sharing stories, answering maybe hypothetical questions. It's about maintaining a digital presence that feels, well, remarkably authentic, allows for that continued connection.
That really brings us to a bigger point, doesn't it? It's not just about remembering someone after they're gone.
Yeah.
It's fundamentally changing how we think about legacy itself.
Precisely.
And what's really striking is that people are now pre-ordering their own digital funerals, planning their digital afterlife, so to speak.
Absolutely. And this really raises important questions, doesn't it? About technology, memory, legacy. People are uploading messages for grandkids they might never meet, setting up videos to auto-release years down the line. Or, like we said, creating those AI avatars designed to chat with loved ones left behind, share stories, insights.
That's a huge shift.
It really is, from a physical grave marker to this kind of enduring, evolving digital presence. And, from a business perspective, it's interesting, too. It's seen as a high-margin, relatively low-competition area right now.
Because it's emotionally powerful.
And it's growing fast. It taps into a universal human need remembrance, but with a very unique, scalable, tech-driven solution. Of course, it requires this blend of creativity, strong tech skills, and crucially, huge sensitivity. You're dealing with deep human emotions.
Absolutely. So what does this all mean for you listening? Maybe consider how you might rethink connection and remembrance in this new digital landscape, and perhaps even what kind of digital legacy you might consider creating one day.